Bonjour, everyone. Hi, this is Neshi Lokotz. Welcome to the Spiritual Roundtable right here at Star Nations Organization's main fan page. And yeah, we are having, we're learning the new Be Live Studio 2, and I had a little technical difficulty. And so I decided just to do a regular live stream instead of using our partners at Be Live. I know it worked yesterday, and so I don't know if it's operator error, right? I don't know if it's operator error or if it's the app. I'm not sure. But at any rate, we're together, right? So welcome, and today is Thursday, July 11th. July 11th, and it's gorgeous here. It's gorgeous in Toma, Wisconsin. It's blue skies, sunny, and it's a bit warm, but that's okay. I'll take this over snow and 20 below any day of the week, right? I know most Wisconsin people would say that. All right, let's see. I need to find our live stream so that we can spread the good news, right? The word is what was it that Stephanie spread the light? Is that it? Okay. Before I get going on the card information, because we have a little bit of a shorter show today, I'd like to have everything concluded by 10:45, because we have Life Wisdom with Ed Langen, which is following my show, and I want to give you guys enough time to do what you need to do so that we can all show up for Ed's show. So I'm going to like it, and I'm going to send the live stream over to my news feed, just to remind my friends that I'm live streaming. Oh, hey. My quick keys aren't here. Oh, I bet you anything when I did my update. Darn. Live streaming. Please join us in the chat. There we go. And we'll do that. There. Now, I don't know if Stephanie's in the house or not. Well, I'm going to do this, but I turned down my sound on my phone first. I'm going to check to see if, okay, all right. Well, then I guess I'm going to sprinkle it over, sorry. I'm going to send it over to the Star Nation's closed group, the network's closed group. And just to let the peeps know. And asking them to come out to play. There we go. There. I think that's it. I do believe. Okay. You know, where there's a will, there was a way, right? And to be able to do this live stream. Now, because I'm doing what's called a native live stream. Every time I say that, I smile, because it's a native doing a live stream. Because we're not using Be Live TV, I can't show your comments up on the screen, and I can't show my name on the screen and that sort of thing. So yeah, we'll do the best we can, right? So let's check out who's in the chat. Julie Shumway Hill's here. Hello, Julie. It's always good to have you here. And Jocelyn's here too. Hello, Jocelyn. And look, Rochelle's here too. Hello, Rochelle. She says, grounded and sprinkling. Thank you, Rochelle. Thank you. So funny. And also, Rob just joined us too. So the gang's all here. The gang's all the usuals, right? It's kind of like Norm. on the old television show Cheers, right? When Rob shows up, right? All right, so here we are. For those who might be new to Spiritual Roundtable live stream show, this is the card deck that we're using right now. It's a Spirit of the Wheel. It's a meditation deck, they call it. The author is Linda Iwashina, and it's illustrated by Jody Bergsma. It's copyrighted 2006, and they are using the Native American medicine wheel as their template, and they're both from British Columbia, and so we're learning about their take on the wheel, okay, from their culture, from the Northwest. So it's been very interesting. I like this deck, I do. And I haven't gotten the nudge from Spirit to say, let's move on to a new deck. So, all right. So we have 3 cards today. 3 cards. And Rob is saying, grounded and shined the broadcast. Thank you. Yeah, and I was just explaining just a couple minutes ago is that we are going to be ending a little bit earlier today because we have a show. Star Nation's network has another show right on after me, and that's Life Wisdom with Ed Langdon, and it's at the top of the hour at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I want to make sure that I give you guys enough time to run to the bathroom, grab something to drink, because you don't want to miss Ed's show today. He's talking all about manifesting. And, he's a law of attraction expert. And it's so good to have him on Star Nation's team, right? So, yeah, so you don't want to miss him because I'm going to be there. I want to give myself enough time to pack up my gear here and head back down to the house. And so I can be in the live chat too. Okay, so here's our first card for today, right? Isn't that cute? Strong Sun Moon. Strong Sun Moon. Aren't they cute? When this card popped out of the deck and I picked it up to turn it over to see what it was, I thought, ah, we got baby raccoons. Now, I don't know if they're all babies or if there's 2 babies and a mom there. I'm not sure. And look, we get a butterfly with them too. Pine cones near the top. They're out on a limb. Yeah. And the words associated with this card is social invitations, creative pursuits, and joy. It's the 22nd stone in the layout that the author uses. So 22 is a master number. It's a master number. And a 22 means all things are possible. Everything is possible. It's a good manifesting number. My property here in Toma, Wisconsin is actually a 22. So it's all things possible. And so when you're living with a 22, you really do have to be really clear on your intention. Because whatever it is that you are intending, even if you have one of those, maybe it could be this way or that way. Yeah. Spirit's going to bring you anything and everything that you are trying to manifest and what you're subconsciously manifesting. Yep. And take a look down at the corners. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus in on that. Oops. It's a depiction of the medicine wheel using spirals. So you have the 4 directions, the 4 cardinal points, and the crosswinds, they show them kind of like lightning bolts. They're kind of squiggly. I think that's one of my favorite ones so far that the illustrator has used. It's one of my favorite ones. And, I could actually see that as maybe on a pendant, on a necklace, or perhaps, you know, a hanging, what's that called? It's a sun catcher. Yeah, that's it. Or maybe even just a part of a decor painting. I think that would be really cool. I like it. So raccoon, and here, whenever we have animals, right? This is something I always ask the audience, and that is, do you know if you raccoon is a power animal for you or a totem? Um, because you might want to, you know, kind of connect in with this one, right? Yeah. And Rob is saying, ever been to BC? There's a bunch of Canadians there. Yeah. I bet there is. I bet there is. Jocelyn says, aw, I know, aren't they cute? They are so cute. And Rochelle says, I like the one who is hanging on for dear life. He might be, or she might be the most adventurous, perhaps, because they went out there first, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I just saw new Joy just popped in too. Hi. All right. So here's what the author has to say about strong sun moon. It says, time to lighten up and have some fun under this magical moon. The dates of this particular moon, okay, is June 21st to July 22nd. So we're right in it, okay? I saw those dates and I had to smile. It's like, you know, spirit, yeah, this was the first card. And look at the date on, you know, June 21st to July 22nd. So it's time to lighten up and have some fun under this magical moon. Drop your serious attitude, release your many burdens, and play. Joy is contagious. So become like those born under this moon and spread the wealth of laughter. You'll find yourself drawn to the gifts of beauty and inspiration. You may have also have an influx of social invitations. And if you do, consider taking them, accepting the invitation, and go have some fun, right? Hang out with your friends. Do something fun. It's summertime. You know, you go down to the river. Perhaps you're watching outdoor volleyball, or you're going to a museum. Do something fun. Something fun. It says, take others up on their offers and be prepared to be the center of attention. Huh. Go out and have some fun. Bring some joy in. You know, and here again, we're being told to let go of our burdens, because we covered that all day yesterday shows, right? Is let go of the burden. Let it go. Even for a short time, go out and have some fun, right? And she goes on to say, is hidden creative talents you have maybe trying to surface and find a voice. You will find any creative pursuits pleasurable and rewarding. Others will be naturally drawn to your exuberant energy. Joy abounds, so take this time to nurture your spirit and surround yourself in the beauty you desire. You know, and look, we've got these adorable raccoons here, right? Yeah. And you know, with the butterfly there, right? You also have to talk a little bit about the butterfly. Why do you suppose the artist would include a butterfly, right? Mariposa, butterfly. You know, when we think about butterflies, you know, most of the time, energy workers, light workers, we know that they're talk about transformation, right? Change. But when we see a butterfly, doesn't it make you smile? It's like, oh, look, there's a butterfly. And all of a sudden, just for even just a millisecond, just a millisecond, you can kind of feel the joy of a butterfly, right? Because all of a sudden, your inner child kind of comes out and says, "Oh, look, there's a butterfly," right? I know I do. I do. Does anybody else enjoy seeing butterflies? They just bring a smile. Yeah. Jen's saying transformation. Oh, yeah, that's right. And Rob says he doesn't know that he's aware of a raccoon as a power animal. Let me tell you, if you have raccoon as a power animal or a birth totem, um, they carry a lot of energy. Um, they're joyful, they're playful when they're little, right? They use their hands like we do. In the German language, they're called wash bears. I like that. They're like little bears, wash bears. And so when you watch them, they're very they have a lot of dexterity, and they can really manipulate different things. They can take lids off of almost anything, right? Yeah, they're fun to watch. They're fun to watch. Um, yeah, they're nocturnal. They're nocturnal animals, and they see really well in the dark, right? And they have that mask on, the little bandit. Um, and so when you have a power animal that has the mask on, right, you can draw a lot of conclusions to that, both negative and positive. The positive ones, is that, that they can go unseen. They can go unseen if they want to, if they really want to, right? There's also a bit of energy around camouflage with that, right? Yeah. Raccoons, they're cute. Jocelyn says, love butterflies. Social butterfly, that's right. Social butterfly. And Rob says, sounds like a Julie Hedges thing. Just a little bit. Lighthearted, Jen says, yes. And so this first card, Spirit's asking us to lighten up. We have worked really hard on so many things, right? We have taken our healing work on ourselves pretty seriously in this past year. The cards that have come up have been asking us to do that healing of emotional and mental traumas all the time, right? And we have made a lot of changes in our lives because of all the work that we've put into it, right? And so this particular card is saying, you done good. Go have some fun. Go have some fun. Feel the joy. And I don't know about you, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it, you know? Yes. So whatever you can do to bring some joy and some fun into your life, to let your inner child out and play a bit, that even if you just go out and sit on your porch, if you have a porch, and maybe you're the one doing the invitations. Maybe you have friends and family that you love to hang out with. Maybe you can invite them over and do a game night, or go see a movie, or something fun. Something fun. I'll make you smile. All right, so the second card, now keep that in mind. You got those little raccoons there. Oh, here's the other thing about the raccoons I was going to point out. And Rochelle kind of alluded to that, is that when you're looking at the three of them, well, first of all, the number 3, right? Yeah. For me, 3 is all about the Ascended Masters. And you have the little one way out there, out on the limb, hanging on for dear life, as Rochelle says. and yet they're really intently looking at something more to their right. It's captivating, whatever it is. And whatever it is, it has their attention. Who knows what that is? So go out and have some fun, right? But be safe. Don't go too far out on that limb. Have fun, but be safe. Have some courage too, because that little one out front had to have some courage to go out there first, right? Okay. So the second card. These are all cards we haven't had before. So it was really fun this morning to read about their essence, take a look at the images, and really take it in, right? So this next one is called Big Winds Moon. Big Winds Moon. It's number 18 in the creation of the medicine wheel, the 18th stone. Numerology, that's a 9. It's about completion. It's all about leadership, self-discipline, and psychic abilities. That's a big cat. Big cat. And so here's another question, right? Another question. Do you know whether or not you have mountain lion or cougar as a power animal or a totem? Right? And look what he's got his front paws on. Right? It's a face. Looks like it's in stone or some sort of carving. And underneath his paws or her paws, I don't know, she's standing on those pointy things. It's almost like she's ready to leap, right? Leadership, self-discipline, and psychic abilities. I don't know about you, but I really like this drawing of the cat. Strong medicine there, huh? Big cat medicine. Rob says, now I've got Dolly Parton going through my head. Oh my gosh, Marie's in the house too. Hello, Marie. It's good to see you there. All right. So here is about the Big Winds Moon. Okay, about the Big Winds Moon. The author says, this card signals a time when your own psychic abilities are very strong. Your intuitions are very, very much in tune with your higher self. Allow this connection to help you on your path. You have procrastinated long enough. Stop self-sabotaging, as it not only limits your potential but feeds your insecurities. You're lacking in self-confidence. That's some pretty strong words, don't you think? Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you the dates too of this moon. The dates of this moon is February 19th to March 20th. Right. All right. And so call upon the courage of the Big Winds Moon to see your dreams and visions through to the end. Spirit's asking you to share in the bounty of your life. Channel your creative inspiration and learn to flow with the spiritual energies around you. Take your place of power. Also, learn to trust in the greater plan. Creator would not ask you to develop and share your gifts if you're not ready. Have faith in yourself and see your dreams through. Right? So, we're being asked to is to stop self-sabotaging. We do that a lot. You know, way back when, feels like another lifetime ago, way back when, um, I worked for the University of Eau Claire here in Wisconsin. I was an academic counselor. And one of the things that we noticed, and it's been, researched and written about quite a bit, especially back in the late 80s and early 90s, is with Native American students, college students, and high school students, there was a pattern of self-sabotage. The closer we got to graduation, the more things that we would do that may prevent us from graduating, like not paying library fines, having overdue books, not completing an assignment, right? And yet we had all the rough notes. We might even had the first draft done, and we just never handed it in as a finished project. Why is that? Right? Why is that? That was my question. Why is that? And when we get close to achieving a goal, sometimes it's scary, you know? And yeah, there's a lot of happiness and joy around it, yes. But there's a part of us that says, oh, if I finish that, that means I'm changing. Then who am I then? Right? Yeah, who am I then? So, that's one of the questions we can ask ourselves, right? Is there a part of our spiritual growth that we're self-sabotaging? It's always a possibility, you know, 'cause sometimes it gets kind of tough, doesn't it? It gets really challenging to face those shadow parts of ourselves and to shine that light on it. Yeah. Self-sabotaging. Hey, Judy's here. Hello, Judy. She says, hi, everybody. And yeah, so she and Rob are having a conversation there. So for those who have cat medicine, that you're carrying cat medicine, you know that cats, as the archetype, um, they can sense spirits, they can sense certain energies, right? If you have an altar set up, they'll be laying underneath it, on top of it if they can. They just love the energy of an altar. Yeah. And if they're familiar for you and what they're teaching you in the physical world as a familiar, um, cats are very magical beings, aren't they? And to have a big cat energy, that means it's primal. Primal. Whereas domestic cats, they still carry the energy of the wild cat, but they're domesticated, right? Yeah. And here's a question. I have my own thoughts on this, but I wanna get your feelings on this. So the cat, as it's standing there, it looks like it's standing on a sculpture of some sort. It's a carving of a person, its head. And if you look really closely, her paws are standing right on those pointy pieces where it looks like they're broken. It's like they're breaking through, right? Looks like the cat is breaking through. Maybe it's a block or something, but I'd be interested to see what you guys have to say about it, what your feelings are on it. You know? I find it interesting that she's surrounded by the stone people, very grounded. So bringing in that psychic ability and grounding it to the earth plane, right? Yeah. And look in the corners here. The artist has taken the face and has them down in the corners of the card. And then the corners of the card, there's no little sticks in there. So kind of reminds me of the moon in a way. Right? But it also reminds me of totem poles. Totem poles. Because a lot of times you'll see a human face carved onto a totem pole. And a lot of times those are depicting medicine people or holy people, shamans. So I forgot to read you guys the poem for the raccoons. Hold that thought, because I want to share the poem for the raccoons, the strong sun moon, for you. The prayer for this card says, help me to have courage and strength. Whoops, wrong one. Sorry. Turn to the wrong page. Here it is. It says, Great Spirit, help me to release life's burdens by taking hold of the beauty and joy that is ever present within my connection to you. Help me to release life's burdens by taking hold of the beauty and joy that is ever present within my connection to you. Okay. So it's about releasing those burdens and going out and having some fun, right? Now, the second card, when I first sat with it, I thought, well, these don't feel like they connect. But I have to say that when we're out having fun, when we've released the burdens, or at least some of the burdens, because we're relaxed, and we're in a higher vibration of joy. Joy is actually a higher frequency than love. Did you know that? Yeah. Joy is at a higher frequency than love. And so when we're in that higher frequency and we're more relaxed, guess what? Spirit can come through a lot easier when we're having fun, when we're joyful. And so when that happens, what gets elevated but our psychic abilities? Right? And to take your spiritual gifts that you came in with, to take however you bring in energetic information through your clairs, right? The self-discipline is about learning about them, remembering how to use them, remembering how to apply them, so that it becomes really a part of your lifestyle, rather than something that you pull out on an occasional weekend, right? Or a Wednesday meditation time. It's just a part of your life. It's a part of you. And it does take self-discipline to do that. It takes self-discipline to sit down and do your meditations. It takes self-discipline to do regular application of whatever gifts that you have. Because, and it's in the actual doing, using them, that we get good. When we call it a practice. We're practicing, right? I'd like to change that mindset. Is that you're really remembering because you already know how to do this. And how do we do that? It comes through meditation actually, because we're relaxed. When we relax, we can tap into that. Yeah. So for me, that is how these two cards go together. All right. I'm going to give you the prayer for this card, okay? It says, I am ready, Spirit, to share my bounty of my life with others. I call upon the energies of the big winds moon for the courage to be a leader and to use my abilities wisely for the good of the whole. Okay. So here are the first two together. Okay. Oops. Turn it around. There we go. There we go. These two. When I hold them like this, look what the raccoons are looking at. It really has their attention, right? Even though they're being social, they're having fun, they're joyful. Their psychic abilities are also very present, right? Yeah. Judy's saying amen. Yeah. And Jocelyn saying strength of the mighty cat, saying open your eyes to what's around you. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Jocelyn. And she says spirits all around you. Mm-hmm. That's true. That's very true. And Jen saying the cards are a warning of big changes coming for the better. It's time to trust in our own knowing and abilities. Absolutely. The cat is taking down the blocks. That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. Our thoughts are powerful and are manifesting easily and effortlessly now. Be mindful of what we are manifesting. I love these cards. So do I. So do I. Being mindful, right? And I have to say, the self-discipline part of that, yeah, us Westerners, we don't have a whole lot of self-discipline. No, we're used to having a very fast-paced life, and if it slows down, we get irritated with it, and we're used to. It's almost like a drive-through kind of situation, right? And so when you first start down this, you're consciously awake on your spiritual journey here. Sometimes that um, kind of lifestyle, you're actually changing that, right? And so sometimes you're breaking bad habits. And we all know that when you break a habit, right, it takes at least 21 days. Some 90 if you want it to go to the cellular level. And so, how many of us can actually keep up a certain practice and a meditation, or are learning how to do channel writing and that kind of thing to let that flow? How many of us can do that for 21 days straight? 90 days. How many of us can stay in our body when we are being a support for somebody? Let's say you have a shaman working with them, a holy person working with them, and you got the drumming going, right? Maybe they're doing a soul retrieval, and you're there as a support. Yeah. Sometimes that support person, would rather be doing a journey because, come on, we get some good information, right? Instead of having the self-discipline and staying in their body so that they're there for the person who's receiving. takes self-discipline. So, we can have fun. We're meant to be joyful. But in order to really apply our spiritual gifts, our psychic abilities, it does take some discipline. Yeah. Okay. Gotta watch the time. We got one more. The last card, and that's experience, Spirit Path of the West. Letting go, movement forward, and reflection. The 38th stone in the creation of the wheel. That's an 11. That's a master number, mastering the physical world. Right? And to do that, we have to have experience. Don't you just love this picture? Holy smokes. To have that wolf, or maybe it's a fox. Looks like a wolf to me. As a part of her robe. She's got raven on her shoulder. Right? To me, this card, the imagery speaks to when we have our self-discipline and we're remembering how to apply our gifts, right? That this is what we could look like. We're surrounded by our power animals and our birth totems and spirit, taking in that information that they can share with us so that we have more insight. Right? We're talking about letting go, movement forward, and reflection in this one too, right? And so in almost all the three cards, they're telling us to let go. Let go of the burdens. Lighten up. Because when we let go of a burden, don't we feel lighter? We feel like the weight has been lifted off our shoulders, right? We're not carrying something around anymore. And so when we feel lighter, by letting go, we can move forward. Yeah. Experience. And we don't get good at something by just reading about it. We don't get good at it until we actually start doing it and applying what we've learned. And that's what the experience is about, right? Yeah. And the hard part here, I think, because the card also, the text on the card also talks about how that we can't control someone else's experience. That sometimes we have to let someone that we love go so that they can go out and have their own experiences and not try to have an experience that we're controlling the variables to, right? Yeah. When I was reading that part of it, it kind of reminded me of either a parent with a child, and at those different ages, when they're first starting to do something, whether they're sleepovers or maybe it's their first dance or their first date, or perhaps they're graduating either from high school or college. Maybe they're getting their first apartment, their first home that's not a part of their parents' home. So it's hard to let go, right? Yeah. But it also applies to those of us who are teachers, right? That we can't control the experience of our students. We can give them the information, we can give them the opportunities, but whether or not they take take us up on that opportunity, or they start actually using their gifts. you know, that's not up to us. It's not. It's up to us to be there to support them, to cheer them on, to mentor, to answer questions if they have them. If they have them. And sometimes letting them go so they can go out and have their own experiences, right? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to show you all three cards together. And then we got to scoot, okay? All right. So here are all, let's see. How do we want to do this? Let me do it this way. All right. I want to make sure that this card is out front. There we go. All right, so we have all three cards, right? And so just taking a nice deep breath in and asking and on the exhale, asking your spiritual team, your entire team, to help you to take in both the seen and unseen messages that's meant for you. That's meant for you. In an optimal way, right? Yeah. So we're being asked to go out and have some fun. Bring some joy in. Let your inner child out to play. Be joyful in it, right? And when we're relaxed, our spiritual gifts can float to the surface. Our clairs are much more, that's our clairsentient, clairvoyance, for those who don't know, clairaudient. We have more access to them. Why? Because we're more relaxed. We're more relaxed. We're more open. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, and to move forward, we have to have some self-discipline. To change some habits, maybe, right? To stop the self-sabotage. That's something that we have to look at. We maybe kind of turn our focus to it at some point and say, why do I do that? What is that? And ask that question. Bring your team in. Have them help you with it, right? Yeah. And when we let go of those burdens so that we can be more joyful, that, that last image, to me, it spoke a lot of self-confidence and courage, strength. We're surrounded by our allies, our power animals, spirit, because we're in touch with that part of us, right? As a lifestyle, just like you breathe. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Crystal just joined us too. Rob says that's a huge break. No, oh my God, yeah. Jocelyn is saying White Wolf and the Raven guiding us on our journey. Yes. And Crystal is saying the number of the card is it's a master number. It's a master number of 11. You don't break down the 11. It does carry the vibration of the 2, but you don't break down the 11. And the 11 is mastering the physical plane, right? The physical world. Sally just joined us too. Hi, Sally. We're almost done. And Jen says 22, illumination, transformation, 9, completion, and beginning of 11, master numbers, creator. Let's let go of the 3D indoctrination and just be you. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for that, Jen. And she's saying, what is it you want to create? Love, peace, abundance, and community. That's right. Hi, Pat. Now, I think that these cards and the information that Spirit brought to us today is a great segue to the show that's coming up next, and that's Life Wisdom with Ed Langdon. And he's talking all about manifesting. Yep, and he's going to be doing some EFT, some tapping to help us to remove whatever blocks that we have to whatever we want to manifest, right? So it's going to be a good one. He's also going to do some channeling too. So if you want to ask a question to his guides, to the ascended masters that he channels, you can ask the question in chat if you'd like. Just remember that if you want a specific answer, ask a specific question. That's a good one. All right. And anything that resonated with you today in the cards information, in the conversation that we had, my suggestion is to embrace it and see how today's energy, as it unfolds, how this information can be helpful to you. Okay? If it didn't resonate, don't worry about it. Come join me on Sunday at 3 p.m. for the next spiritual roundtable, and we'll see if something resonates with you on Sunday. Okay? All right. Remember to join us for the free mini class at the closed group, Star Nations Academy's closed group here at Facebook. Tonight at 8 p.m. Ortrun and Carl Franklin are joining us, and they're helping us to understand meditation a bit better when we start to lose our focus when we're in meditation, right? Okay. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay. I'll see you back in chat at Ed's, I was going to class, it feels like it, and his show in about 10 minutes, okay? All right. Love you guys. Bamamina until we see each other again.